It is true. And when I first met Paddington, I wanted nothing to do with him.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at Paddington moments that made everyone cry tears of joy, even Nicolas Cage. We'll be going into spoilers for all 3 theatrical Paddington films.
Paddington 2 is incredible.
Number 10. Paddington is found. Paddington. We love how Paddington lives in a world where people just kind of accept that talking bears exist. That said, Paddington isn't immediately accepted when he arrives in London.
How do you do? I'm just looking for a home, and hello? Excuse me?
Whereas most humans shun the lonely bear, including Mr. Brown, Mrs. Brown is the first to show him empathy. From the second Mary speaks to him, Paddington goes from being lost to found, which is cleverly conveyed in one of our favorite background gags.
Hello there.
Mary. Oh, hello.
Speaking of background details, the perfect English name for Paddington is right behind him.
Oh, look, Henry, it's perfect.
You want to call him Ketchup?
No.
Ketchup the bear?
Paddington.
Paddington.
Paddington. Paddington? Oh, sorry.
It's a sign that the Browns are the right people to look after Paddington, despite Henry's reluctance. It takes time for him to come around, but the immediate connection between Paddington and Mary warms our hearts. Number 9. Phoenix Reformed. Paddington 2. Hugh Grant steals the show in Paddington 2 as the villainous Phoenix Buchanan.
Where do you think you're going, Bear? It's a train. It comes to an end, like all of us, alas.
While we can't condone his criminal activities, especially with Paddington taking the fall, this scoundrel makes the most of every second on screen. His comeuppance is made more satisfying knowing that incarceration truly helped Phoenix turn his life around.
Listen to the rain on the roof go. Pit, pitty, pat. Pit, pitty, pat. Pitty. Sit, kitty, cat. We won't get home for hours.
Even after Paddington's release, the positive impact he left on the prison remains. Phoenix picks up where Paddington left off, bringing a joyful voice to the jailhouse.
Rain, rain, don't go away. Fill up the sky.
Along with a captive audience, Phoenix receives backup from the guards and his fellow inmates, putting on an uplifting production number worthy of the West End. Rising like a phoenix after hitting his lowest point, this grand finale makes us cry with laughter every time.
Listen to the lovely rain.
Number 8. Lucy and Pastuzo adopt Paddington. Paddington 2. Before meeting the Browns, Paddington found another family in Aunt Lucy and Uncle Pastuzo. While not biologically related, fate brings these 3 together as the couple spots a young bear cub heading for a waterfall.
Oh, Pastuzo, look.
It's a cub. Lucy!
Lower me down.
Be careful!
Lucy doesn't think twice about risking her life to save the drowning cub with assistance from Pastuzo. Although it looks like they might go overboard, the bears manage to hang in there. With Pastuzo's red hat landing on the cub's head, Lucy knows where they belong.
Lucy! Lucy!
I'm afraid we're not going to London after all.
Why not?
We've got a cub to raise.
Abandoning their plans to see London, Lucy and Pastuzo remain in Peru to look after the cub. It's a testament to the dreams parents put on hold to ensure bright futures for their children. Yet, raising Paddington proves as gratifying as a marmalade sandwich.
If we look after this bear, I have a feeling he'll go far.
Number 7. Paddington gets his coat. Paddington. Mr. Brown still needs convincing, but the angsty Judy warms up to Paddington in time.
I'm sorry if I wasn't very nice before. It's a new school and I didn't want everyone to think I was weird.
Oh, I understand, Judy. It's not easy being somewhere new.
Along with brother Jonathan, Judy helps Paddington to look more presentable with a bath and a blow-dry.
Well, I hope I don't look weird after all that.
Too much? Too much.
Too much?
Mrs. Bird completes the makeover with a blue coat that's been passed down from one Brown to another. Even Henry can't deny that the coat suits Paddington, allowing him to stay.
It's lovely. Wooden buttons for ease of pull. And these 2 sandwich compartments are an excellent idea.
I must say it suits you very well.
Receiving his hat from his uncle and his coat from the Browns, Paddington's wardrobe tells a story. It's the story of a bear with more than one family, carrying a piece of each wherever he goes. He hasn't officially adopted their surname yet, but as far as we're concerned, this is the exact moment that Paddington becomes a Brown.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brown.
Number 6. Neighbors stand up for Paddington. Paddington 2. He's a bear, but anyone who has immigrated to a new land can identify with Paddington.
Hello? Window cleaner?
No, thank you.
You sure, Colonel? They're awfully dirty.
I don't care, and I'm not paying.
Despite skeptical stares, Paddington not only wins over the Browns, but also their neighbors. Well, for the most part. Mr. Curry relishes seeing Paddington carted off to prison, showing there may always be prejudiced people.
Well, well, well. The truth is out. We opened our hearts to that bear. We opened our doors. Well, you did. I kept mine triple locked in accordance with the guidelines.
What matters is that Mr. Curry's bigotry is outweighed by the people who love Paddington. Mr. Brown gives an impassioned speech about why Paddington represents the best this world has to offer.
He looks for the good in all of us, and somehow he finds it. It's why he makes friends wherever he goes. And it's why Windsor Gardens is a happier place whenever he's around. He wouldn't hesitate if any of us needed help. So stand aside, Mr. Curry.
Even through a simple act like washing windows, Paddington enriches lives in ways he didn't anticipate. Hearing Henry's words, the other neighbors rally behind the Browns, helping them to get past Mr. Curry and on the path to bringing Paddington home. Number 5. Finding his tribe. Paddington in Peru. The third film sees Paddington venture back to Peru in search of his Aunt Lucy. He doesn't just find his aunt.
Aunt Lucy!
Hello. I'm afraid she set off on some sort of quest.
But she knew we were coming.
Well, that's what's so mysterious.
Arriving in the hidden community of El Dorado, Paddington is reunited with the bear tribe who he was separated from years ago. It's a full circle moment for the franchise.
Aunt Lucy found me when I was a cub.
Wherever did you come from?
She would never give up on me.
That said, is this where Paddington's story comes to an end? The Browns assume so, tearfully reflecting on when they first found Paddington at the train station. The idea of being separated tears them apart, but the Browns love Paddington enough to let him go. Thankfully, there's no need for that. As Paddington tells the Browns, this might be his tribe, but his home is in London with them.
This family stays together.
Number 4. Transported back to Peru. Paddington. The Paddington movies demonstrate the power of cinema in more ways than one. Tracking down an old film reel, Paddington is overwhelmed with nostalgia as he's reminded of Peru.
Darkest Peru, a vast, unexplored wilderness, shrouded in mystery. Until now.
Is that where you're from?
Oh, Paddington. It's incredible.
Director Paul King's eye for visual storytelling is on full display as Paddington stands up and seemingly walks through the screen into his old home. Once the film comes to an end, so does the fantasy. If only for a minute, though, Aunt Lucy, Uncle Pastuzo, and Peru no longer feel like an ocean away. Just as Paddington becomes wrapped up in the imagery on screen, the audience doesn't feel like they're watching a movie.
I have learned so much from these bears, but I wonder what, if anything, they have learned from me.
They're experiencing one, becoming so emotionally invested in these characters they might as well be real. Number 3. Making friends behind bars. Paddington 2. No matter how optimistic one is, few places seem more hopeless than prison. Against all the odds, Paddington literally brings more color to the big house, enriching every prisoner's life.
Oh, it's only one red sock. What's the worst that can happen?
Afternoon, chaps. If you ask me, the pink really brightens the place up a bit.
This includes the cranky Knuckles, who shows off his soft side after tasting Paddington's marmalade sandwich.
What is this?
It's a marmalade sandwich.
Marmalade?
Knuckles and the rest of the prison look out for Paddington as one of their own. This friendship is put to the test during a prison escape when Knuckles, Fibs, and Spoon have two options: aid Paddington in clearing his name or get out of Dodge.
Sorry, kid. Change of plan.
What?
We're leaving the country.
And you're coming with us.
But you lied to me.
They choose to flee, but the convicts are given a second chance at redemption when Paddington nearly drowns. Giving Mary a hand, they help Paddington bust out once again.
Knuckles, you came back.
Can't make marmalade on my own now, can I?
Thank you, everyone.
Number 2. Families stick together. Paddington. When Millicent Clyde looks at Paddington, she sees an animal who needs to be stuffed. The Browns, meanwhile, see a family member.
Come on, hand over the bear.
No. We won't do that.
Mrs. Brown?
He's family.
Family? You're not even the same species.
As Millicent aims her firearm, Mrs. Brown isn't the only one ready to stand up for Paddington. Mr. Brown might have been hesitant about Paddington at first. By welcoming the bear into his home, though, Mr. Brown has come to realize just how wonderful his whole family is.
It doesn't matter that he comes from the other side of the world, or that he's a different species, or that he has a worrying marmalade habit. We love Paddington, and that makes him family. And families stick together.
We say without a shred of irony that this is one of Hugh Bonneville's most captivating moments on screen, touching the hearts of everyone in the audience. Unfortunately, his words don't get through to Millicent, but her malice is nothing that a marmalade sandwich, some pigeons, and Mrs. Bird can't thwart.
Nice try, bear. That crow's nest!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Reuniting with Aunt Lucy. Paddington 2. Paddington 2 ends with a symphony of waterworks, guaranteeing there won't be a dry eye left in the theater.
Paddington, where am I?
Take it easy now. You gave us a wee scare, but you're home now.
Home?
We're submerged deeper and deeper into emotion as Paddington awakens in bed, finding himself home with the Browns. Although this is a cause for celebration, Paddington is disappointed that he missed Aunt Lucy's birthday.
Aunt Lucy did so much for me when I was a cub. Without her, I'd never have come to London. And I suppose all I ever really wanted was to make her proud. But now she's going to wake up on her birthday with no present and think I've let her down completely.
The ultimate gift resides downstairs, though, where Paddington's neighbors await. One by one, they tell Paddington how much he means to them.
If it wasn't for you, we'd never have met.
You helped me pass my exam.
I would be permanently locked out of my house.
As a thank you, they pitched in to get Paddington a present that's just as much for Aunt Lucy, who stands on the other side of the front door. Lucy finally gets to see London, but sharing another embrace with Paddington is a dream come true.
Paddington. Happy birthday, Aunt Lucy.
Which Paddington moment gave you the feels? Let us know in the comments.
I really do feel at home. I will never be like other people, but that's all right, because I'm a bear. A bear called Paddington.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.